expand your world and realize every challenge that's ever been brought to me has made me more. I've become more so I can serve more, so I can enjoy more. That's why we're here in this life, to bring more good, more great, to bring insight, to bring strength, to bring action. That's why we're here.
Welcome to the Tony Robbins Podcast. You're listening to an episode that's part of a special season on contribution called Force for Good. We're exploring the 10 gifts of life: emotion, drive, growth, joy, gratitude, connection, consciousness, grace, presence, and forgiveness. You'll hear Tony and Sage Robbins explain each gift and stories of true heroes who show us how they show up in real life. We hope you enjoy today's episode on connection.
All of a sudden, I started entertaining this crazy thought of, what if I just leave everything I've ever known behind? What if I just scrap it all and start over and actually give myself a chance to design a life that I am proud of? What I wanted was to create a purpose and create a project that was bigger than myself. What I wanted was to get on a path that would impact me and impact others. I didn't want to just do this for me. That's where the idea for my social experiment came up, in which I challenged myself to circumnavigate the globe by couch surfing. However, never using the website, but rather using human connection.
The voice you just heard was that of Celine DaCosta, who made the daring decision to leave behind the life she thought she wanted, the life she had always been told she should want, to travel around the world by sleeping on strangers' couches. People told her she was crazy, that she was courting danger, and she might agree with them now. But at the time, Celine was so fed up with her life that she was looking for any way to escape her mundane and meaningless day-to-day. Compared to the despair she was feeling, her plan to travel around the world by couch surfing, dangerous though it might be, was the exact escape she needed. But what Celine discovered on this trip is that she didn't need an escape from her life. What she needed was to dive into the deep end of life, to feel things more wholly, to express herself more authentically, and to truly connect with those around her. Celine found the literal and figurative power of love and connection, and she rediscovered herself along the way. Today, you'll hear from Celine and a recovering workaholic who has devoted his life to giving back to the community that has given him so much in Costa Rica. You'll hear a theme in each of these stories. When we set out to help others, and when we open up to them in the process, the connections that we create end up changing us too. Love and connection are gifts for both giver and receiver. Connection reverberates and amplifies as it's shared, building bridges that take us places we never thought possible. All we have to do is be open to it. Take a listen to what Tony has to say about love and connection, and consider, where could human connection take you?
It's the holidays. What do you want under your tree? What would be the ultimate gift for you? What's a gift that you'll never forget? What's a gift that would penetrate your soul? The answer we all know is love. Love is literally the oxygen of the soul. Without it, we don't survive. A baby that is not physically held, love kinesthetically, develops a disease. It's called failure to thrive syndrome. Literally, a baby will die if it's not physically loved. Our competitive advantage, what the universe or God has given us, is the grace of love, because out of love, we will do things that we will never do for ourselves, the love of those that we care about. The challenge is people are constantly looking for it, trying to get it. And when it doesn't come in the form that they want from the person they want, they're angry, they're frustrated, their expectations aren't met. And yet there's another kind of love, generous love. A generous lover is someone who just gives love to anyone and everyone. You could look at it as simple as a thing called kindness. You know, so many times in people's lives, they treat the people closest to them in ways they'd never treat a stranger. And yet here we are in the holidays, and we let the stress and the time get in the way of who we are. At our core, we're love. And when we experience it at its deepest level, we're so fulfilled. And yet trying to go get love, well, that's a tough one. Trying to give love, it's always there. I mean, think about it. We get the gift when we give it because we're embodying it. Love is not a thing. It's a way of being. In the Bible, we all know the phrase, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it's not proud. It doesn't dishonor others. It's not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of the wrongs. That's called kindness. Love does not delight in the evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always preserves. Listen, if you want the most magnificent holiday, if you want to transform your life and you want to transform it right now, step back into the generous lover that's inside of you and think about, what am I here to give? What kindness could I share today? And think about being a generous lover, not just the physical act of intimacy. Certainly you want to be a generous lover there, but it's all those around you. It's your dearest friends, it's your kids, it's your parents, it's the people you meet on the street. We're also conditioned in this world to try to get what we want instantly, and technology has really helped to make that happen, hasn't it? We expect humans to respond like technology. I should push a button and you give me what I want right now. But that's not how the human being or the human spirit, the human soul works. So in difficult times, we find so much of this love is hurting because we're trying to get it from somebody else. What if the spirit of this holiday, the ultimate gift you could give, was your patience, your kindness, your honoring of others, your acknowledgement, your capacity to let go of things, even if you were wronged? Everyone's wronged. Everybody wrongs people at times. Nobody means to. What if you were to give people just a little more room? What if you were just be a little bit more generous with your time or your energy or your awareness or your connection? That willingness to connect with people, that willingness to give to people you don't even know, will change your life faster than any principle that I know. You know, the secret to living is giving. So give that love. And think of it this way. There's 4 levels of love. There's baby love. I ask people all the time, are babies really generous lovers? Are babies really loving? And people always say yes. And no, it's not true. Babies only love you if you give them what they want. If not, they scream and cry. And that's okay at that stage of life. But some people are 40 and they're still like level 1 love, one-dimensional love. Level 2 love is horse trading. Okay, I'll love you. I'll give you this if you give me that. Some people do it consciously. It's a trade. It's a manipulation. Some people don't even realize they're doing it. They're just giving, hoping that they'll get, and when they don't, they get mad. No one feels loved by horse trading. Then there's real love. It's just who you are. You just give it because it's what you're made of. And when we do that, that's when we feel the most alive. That's generous love. And the ultimate generous love is 4th dimensional. That's when you love someone who's really not been good to you. That doesn't mean you keep them in your life. That doesn't mean you let them abuse you. But if you look around and you see some of the greats in history, there are people that were able to give love, even though they don't let somebody hurt them. You know, the Dalai Lama loves, again, prays for those soldiers who've destroyed a part of his country, and some of them actually hurt his family. He doesn't look down on them. He hopes that they'll be released.